Okay, guys. Now we're going to learn a special song for the Seder. Who knows what Seder means? Yes, Natan? Order. Very good. It's the order of the night. Okay? A very special order that we have for the night of Pesach to do all the mitzvot. And I'm going to sing it to you. Just listen the first time, okay? And then we'll learn it all together. Kadesh Urchatz Karpas Yachatz Magid Rachza Motzi Matzah Marar Korech Shulchan Orech Safu Berach Alel Nirtzah. And now I'm going to teach you each part of the Seder. So let's go through each part of the Seder. Let's start with Kadesh. Raise your hand if you know, what do you think happens at Kadesh? Yes, David.
Like to wash your hands.
Well, wash our hands is soon. It's Urchatz, we wash our hands. Yes, Natan? We drink grape juice or wine, okay? It says over here, Omrim Kiddush. We say Kiddush, okay? Kiddush, like we do on a regular Friday night, we do it on Pesach. But, Zev, it's a different Kiddush. It's a special Kiddush for the Chag. Yeah, okay? So that is the first cup that we drink. By the way, who knows how many cups of wine we drink through the Seder? Hold up your fingers, how many cups? Yes, if you're holding 4 fingers up, you're correct. Yeah. Okay, what's the next part? Urchatz. What do we do by Urchatz? Yes, Amir.
We wash our hands.
We wash our hands. Rochtzim hayadayim. We wash our hands. Bili beracha. Without making a bracha. Without a bracha. Wait a minute. Why don't we make a bracha? Well, boys and girls, because we're not going to eat bread yet. Usually, what do we do after we wash our hands? We eat bread. Or on Pesach, we eat matzah. But we're not ready to eat the matzah yet. We're only washing our hands because the next step after Urchatz is karpas. Karpas is dipping special vegetables in salt water to remember. Who knows why we dip it in salt water? Raise your hand if you remember. Salt water reminds us. I'll give you a hint. Yes, Kyla?
Because they were crying.
Who was crying? You're right. Someone was crying. Yes, Natan? Moshe? Maybe Moshe was crying. I don't know. It doesn't say. Yes. So why were they crying? Why were the Jewish people crying that the salty water reminds us of what? Tears. Why? What was bad that they were crying about? Yes, David.
They're slaves.
They were slaves in Mitzrayim in Egypt, and it was very difficult for them.
I have a book.
You have a book about it. Beautiful. So, boys and girls, we are washing our hands before we dip because there is a special halacha that especially the Kohanim used to wash their hands before dipping in wet foods. And these days, some people are careful about it still, and though some people don't remember or they're not careful about it. But on Pesach, we're very careful to do everything very, very perfectly because we're very holy on Pesach. So now, that's why we wash our hands before we... Now, since we're not washing for bread, we're washing to dip the vegetable in the salt water. We don't make a bracha, right? Because it's not a mitzvah like washing for bread, and we save the bracha until later. It's just something that we're being extra careful of. Therefore, we don't make a bracha at that time. Okay? So don't forget not to make a bracha because you're so used to it, right? According to the halacha, did you know? According to the halacha, according to the Jewish law, it's actually pretty funny. If you do make a bracha by mistake, then you have to change the whole seder of the seder and start eating matzah. So whatever, we don't want to get into that. So that is orchatz and karpas, dipping the vegetable in salt water because of the tears of the Jews. Now let's go to yachatz. What happens at yachatz? Raise your hand if you know what is going on over there. Yes, Amia. What's that?
We break the matzah in half and then we take the bigger side and eat it. Or put it away.
We break the matzah in half. We put away the bigger portion. For what? For what? We put it away for later. Yeah.
The korban.
Well, no. It's called the afi. Komen, right, the Afi Koman, when we remember the Korban Pesach, which the Jews ate at the end of the meal. So we save that piece for the end of the meal, and that's why we break it.
To find it.
Well, yeah. It's, before we eat that, people try to find it. Now, we'll talk about that by Tzafun.
Yeah,
now, boys and girls, Yachatz is also important because did you know that we saying the Haggadah and we're talking about the bread the Jewish people ate in Mitzrayim. Do you think they had nice, round, beautiful matzot? Or they had just little pieces and crumbs? Yeah, they were so poor, they were slaves. So we break the matzah, we show, look, this is like the matzah that the Jews ate in Egypt. It was just all cracked. It wasn't so nice and pretty like our beautiful matzah. Okay? So, then we move on to Magid. Magid is when we tell the story of Pesach and the kids get to ask the
questions.
Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol haleilot. Okay, we're gonna learn all of that later. Why is this night different from all the other nights? From all the other nights. Beautiful. Okay, so now, yes, we're gonna learn it later. Now we're just going to mention, that's what we do at that part. Korim et Haggadah. We read the Haggadah of Pesach. And then that's Magid. And at the end of the Haggadah, now the Haggadah is pretty long, so it takes a while. And then we drink another cup of wine after the Haggadah. So that's our second cup of wine. And when we get our Haggadot in school, we're going to be sticking little stickers with wine, 4 cups of wine, in the spot where they go. Rachatza, then we do Rachatza. Rachatza, we wash our hands again. Do you think we make a bracha this time?
Yeah.
Yes. Rochzi notlim yadayim bibracha. We wash our hands with a bracha. Because you know what the next step is? Motzi. Making hamotzi. The bracha of hamotzi on the matzah. Now matzah stands, there's 2 brachot. Motzi and matzah. Motzi is what we do all year long. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam ha-motzi lechem min haaretz. Then matzah is a bracha. Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvot b'tzivanu. You made us holy with your mitzvah al achilat matzah, on the eating of matzah. And then we eat the matzah. We eat at least 1 ounce of the matzah. We lean to the left in our chair. We actually eat from the top matzah, okay, and the middle matzah that's broken. And then we do maror. Who knows what maror is?
It's very bitter.
When you eat the maror, you might let out a roar because it's really, really bitter. Oh, yeah. You know, because the maror reminds us of the bitter slavery, right? When the Jews were slaves in Egypt, it was really, really tough. And so we eat bitter vegetables. If you can really handle it, you have that white horseradish. Makes you start crying. And maror, you make a bracha. Now, it's a special custom to dip the maror in charoset, in a special dish of charoset, which is like a mush that it looks a little red. It reminds us of the bricks that the Jews made out of mud in Egypt. They had to make bricks out of mud in those days. So yeah, and we dip. Well, straw also was made out of straw. Very good, David. But the straw was mixed with water, and it became all mushy. Okay, and then after maror, then we do korech. We make a sandwich of matzah and maror, and then matzah on the bottom, and we also eat it to remind us of how in the terms of the Bet HaMikdash, the great Hillel, which we learn in a school called Hillel, used to eat his korban pesach in a sandwich like that, wrapped up, because the Torah says the matzah should be al matzot umarim, on the matzah and maror. So that's why we do that, to make sure we get it right. And then finally, are you hungry? Shulchan orech, the meal. The shulchan is the table. Orech is set. The table is set. Ochlim et ha'su'udah. We eat the yummy meal. And then comes the time where all the kids love tzafun, the hidden one, the hidden afikomen. Ochlim et afikomen. We eat the afikomen. Now there are different customs. Some people have the custom that the kids go look for it, for the afikomen. Some people have the custom that the kids have to snatch it. Some people don't like that custom because we don't want to encourage stealing. There's different customs. Everyone's home has different customs that we do. And we find the afikomen wherever it's hidden away, and then we eat it up. And remember how the Jews at the end of the meal would eat the korban pesach with matzah. And then, beirach, we make a bracha on Birkat HaMazon, but we drink a third cup of wine. Wow, 3 cups. Thank God. You kids only have to drink grape juice. But don't worry, the 4th cup is on the way. Then comes Hallel, what we sing on Rosh Chodesh, but we do the full Hallel, Omrim Hallel. We sing the songs about how Hashem took us out of Egypt and split the sea for us and did so many miracles, and we're so happy. And then after Hallel, we drink another cup of wine. And then when you're really dizzy, you say, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Birushalayim. It's called Nirtza. May Hashem accept our Seder. And some people say Chasal, Sidur Pesach. The order of Pesach is over. And there's many different beautiful songs like Echad Miyadeya and Chad Gadya that a lot of people have a custom to sing. And that is the whole Seder. So let's sing it one more time. Ready? 1, 2. You can sing along with me. Kadesh Orchatz Karpas Yachas Magid Rachza Motzi Matzah Maror Korech Shochan Orech Tzafun Berach Hallel Nirtza. And now you know the order. Practice the song so you'll remember the order of the Seder.